Alright, gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here on Zabby. It is February, and in the last episode, towards the end of the last episode, we purchased this, what was a flax field that we did the contract for, and we purchased it, and it's got some straw, so flax straw specifically, which I don't know if that's a different... I don't know if that'll be different than regular straw. I don't know if it sells for a different amount or if it's the same amount. I have no idea. We'll have to look into that. But nonetheless, we are going to pick up all of this straw because that's going to give us a little bit of the money back that we spent on this field. Now, it's nice to actually have 3 fields now. This is a good start for us. We want to continue that. We have $71,000 in the bank account. If you missed the last episode or you don't recall, we kind of got, I guess, lucky, but also not lucky, depending on which way you want to look at it. So in January, as always, that's when Threat 2 becomes apparent. The rest of the year, it pretty much stays dormant. But Threat 2 basically states that you have to ask a randomized question to whatever your randomizer preference choice is, if you will, whatever program you want to utilize. In my case, I used random.org, which just randomizes a question and different selections and answers that you may have, and so for me, I put in yes or no and I just wanted it to randomize yes or no. The first one was, am I allowed to pay off my loan? I got a no. If you get a no on that first request, you have to go to a part 2, and part 2 is the same yes or no question, but it's, do I need to take out another loan? And I got a yes. So we have another $100,000 on our loan. So our loan now is at $250,000, but it also gave us a little bit of money to play with. So good and bad for sure, right? Good thing because we have a little bit more money. It helps us out and continues to grow here. But bad because now we're going to be incurring even more interest for another year. We're not allowed to touch that loan of any sort until next January. I cannot pay it, even if I want to. If I wanted to put $70,000 into it right now, I can't do that. I have to wait till next January, do the exact same thing again. So there's a high probability here that, you could get unlucky, and for multiple years in a row, you are continuing to go because you haven't got the am I allowed to pay off the loan yes answer yet, right? So we'll see how this goes, but for now, it's actually a good thing. I'm happy that we got the extra money. It allowed us to buy this field. We still have some money to play with here, which hopefully will allow us to buy even more things or fields with it. Now, as I always say, in the winter months here, and we're clearly right in the middle of the winter months here, the contract perspective is light. There are 2 contracts out there for us. A part of the rules are we are allowed to do 3 contracts per month. Does not matter if you're doing multiple episodes in the same month or not. It's still 3 contracts. It's not 3 contracts per episode. It's per month. So in February, we're allowed to do 3. Right now, there are 2 out there that I'd be willing to do. They're very cheap, not going to make us a whole lot of money. The wood transport one is also out there. I really don't want to do that one unless I absolutely have to. And I'm not saying we have to do the contracts. We don't. But, for the money, from a money perspective, it probably makes sense for us to do any and all contracts we can, and trying to pick the best ones, of course, right? Certainly don't have to. And as we move along here and start having a lot more to do with our own land, we're probably going to be doing a little bit less of the contract. But it's certainly going to help here in the early stages and the winter months for sure, just to give you some other things potentially to do that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do, right? So how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. We've got a lot of straw here to pick up. I mean, I haven't seen a flax straw bale pop out yet, so I don't know what to expect here. I guess what I could do, well, there is a difference. Okay, so there's flax straw. Is that the only extra straw? It's like the same price, so I don't really know why there's a separate kind of straw. Maybe somebody else who's smarter than I am can let me know why there would be a difference between regular straw and flax straw. I would have thought it would just be the same thing. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a difference. What do you do with flax straw in comparison to regular straw? Is there something you're supposed to do with flax straw that's different? I don't know. Somebody let me know down below. Now, we haven't looked at the used market yet. We're going to look at that here in just a second once I get down and I will get us going on a path here again. I'm hoping there's something good out there for us. We don't have a ton of money to play with, but it would be nice if there is something out there that we need. to grab that. We did get a second tractor in the last episode, right? Which I'm extremely happy about that. It was very inexpensive. It cannot do everything, but it will certainly be able to do some stuff, and it's going to help us when we start to utilize a worker, right? Let's see. What's in the used market? Anything? Not really. There's this, which... Okay, but I don't think we really need that. We've got one already, and we're already starting to utilize the auto-load perspective, too. You know, some of these things are nice here, but not really anything specifically that we're going to need today. But we'll monitor it. Maybe something will pop up later on. I don't know. But highly doubtful. One thing I wish we had, you know, from the perspective of us on console, is I wish we had the option to have more items in the used market, right? A lot of the PC guys have the mod installed, and they've got like 15, 25, 30 sometimes pieces of equipment to choose from in the used market, which, honestly, I don't know why we don't get that luxury here on console. It would be super nice. You would think that there would be a lot more than 3 or 4 things in the used market every month, right? There's going to be a lot more than that. So it's a bit unfortunate, but I guess at the same time, it does make it a little bit more difficult for us too, right? We don't have the luxury of having as many options to choose from, right? So, but anyway, we're moving along. We've got flax straw going well. We've got quite a few more strips to do, and yeah, we'll see how many bales we get. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm thinking probably 5, maybe 4. I'm probably wrong. It's probably going to be like more like 7. Let's go 7. I'm going to go with 7. That's my final answer. 7. 7 bales. Probably way off. I always am. Now, the other thing we're going to look at with this $71,000 here is potentially some other fields. I talked about it in the last episode, and I do still mean that, but, you know, we'll look at some other fields and just kind of take a look and see what's out there. There's not going to be really anything that's good in regard to what I talk about, which is, you know, trying to buy a field that has some stuff in it already. So that way it's, you know, we're getting a little bit of free money, as I like to call it, out of that field. It's not going to be much out there from that perspective right now because it is winter months, so most of them are just plowing, unless of course, it's already been drilled like our fields are, right? But when I looked out there in the last episode, there wasn't much, right? There really wasn't much, so... I am way off. I'm going back to my initial one. We're going 5. 5 bales. 5 bales. I don't see any way we get more than that. We finally dropped the bale off, though. Okay, so while we're doing that, let's see here. So as you can see, there's not many. There's a couple fields, but there's not many. I still like the idea of trying to keep everything relatively close, but we're not going to be able to do that entirely because, obviously, we have those poppy fields we have to buy, right? Really hoping for more out of this. Oh, the chickens are doing great, by the way. They're just 2 months, so they're not producing anything yet, but soon enough they will be. They haven't even reached puberty yet, so got a little ways to go before that happens, but soon enough. Okay, that is all done. Now, I guess what I should have probably looked at before I did that, I maybe should have just stacked them on the trailer. I would assume it's dropping off, so maybe we hold on to it for a little while. I mean, $43 though. We can get a pretty good price out of it, right? It's only $5 less than what it would be at the average best price. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're gonna sell them. We might as well. I do want to get rid of some of these twig-like trees here around the yard. They're just kind of a nuisance. They're kind of in the way. You know, some of these that are like little medium-sized trees, or even some of the smaller ones, those are fine. I'm talking more along the lines of not like this guy. I might get rid of this guy, but not like this guy. More like these little like twiggy ones that are all over the place and actually have collision on them. Those, I think I'm going to get rid of those. But they're not worth any money. But, you know, it's just more for, you know, saving ourselves a little bit of pain, if you will, by removing that and being able to easily maneuver around a little bit better, right? So, I don't know if we have this on auto load. I think we do have it on auto load, don't we? So these might end up falling off here. Whoops. Well, that went well. Okay. This is going well. Okay, there we go. But I'm pretty sure it's on auto load, so these straps, yeah, there's no straps on it, so I guess I'll have to turn the auto load on for the time being. Well, I can go over to our little service station. If you remember, we put a service station in the garage of our house, right? So I can go over there and do that, but now that I have the bales on there, I'm not sure if it would cause any issues or not. It very well might. But at the same time, it may be okay just staying on there as long as I'm careful. They may not fall off. I mean, we're not going far. We're just going down the end of the road here because this is where we sold the last time. That's where we're going. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, I did turn that on. Where's it at? Oh, it's over there. Okay, well, this is the one. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Yep, there we go. We know where that one is. I don't need to worry about that. Let's see if we can get them down there without them falling off, without turning on the auto load, or without turning on the auto load, or modifying it to have straps. Let's see if we can get them there. I think it'll be fine. Still no new contracts have popped out. To be fair, it hasn't been that long, but there's no new contracts that have popped out, at least. We can look again now that it's 10 o'clock, though. Maybe something came out. Nope. So, sounds like we are, at a bare minimum, going to be doing at least those two cheaper ones. Like I said, I really, really, really do not want to do the wood transport. I really don't like it. And it's not worth that much money. It's 9 trees. Yeah, might be able to do it with our own trailer here, like we talked about before, like we were trying to do before. I might be able to do it this way. All right, $2,000. You know what? It's nothing special, but you know that's $2,000 less on the the purchase price of the field now is $2,000 less than it was. So. We'll take it, right? We'll take it. So we're going to get this back up, and we'll get the plow out. We're going to get that field plowed up and just prepped and ready to go, really. We're just going to, you know, make sure that we get it in a good spot. Probably put some lime down on it as well. Obviously, we can't drill anything right now. There's really nothing to drill in February, at least nothing that we're going to be doing for this foreseeable future. I think the only thing really is cotton. Yeah, cotton field grass. I guess you can do field grass too. But that's it. We're not doing either of those for a while. If we do either, well, maybe we do field grass. But we're not doing cotton. I don't really have any plans of doing cotton at all in this series. All right, we are underway here. Did we buy... Actually, I need to go this way. Did we buy the soil information? We did not buy the soil information yet. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, there we go. It's all loam. I turned the lines on as well just because we have so many major issues here trying to utilize this plow, and it just does not go the right way. And as you can see, there's 2 lines in the middle, and that clearly is the problem. I don't really love having the lines on. I know it doesn't really bother a lot of people. It's just personal preference for me, really. I don't like them. I think it takes away a little bit from, well, I was going to say immersion, but I don't think that really... I mean, I guess to an extent it is that, but I don't know. It just takes away from the gameplay a little bit. I think it, you know. But anyway. Dang. Okay. All right, Karen, I see you. Just flying past. All right, well, we got some work to do here. We're going to get the field done. It won't take us too long, though. You know, our plow is a decent size, so it's not going to take us too long, but let's get this done. Okay, so that's weird. I'm putting lime down. It says pH value bad, and the area that I've put lime down already, it still says bad. That doesn't make any sense to me. Weird, right? Because clearly, if 5750, 5875, so I mean, it's going up, but it's a very small amount. I think I figured it out. I think we had turned off automatic application rate, so I think the application rate was really low. I think. I'm going to start back up here, and we're going to see if this fixes it or not. Because I think we did a contract with it, so we turned the application rate way down, and I kind of forgot about that. Because we were utilizing it for fertilizer, we were not utilizing it for lime. So I think that was the problem. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to make a difference now because I already have it down in this section, I guess. But everywhere else, it should be a significant increase here when we see on the map. Yep, there you go. Now you can see it turn into a pretty bluish-green color. We're going to have to buy a lot of lime to get this field done, and that's fine. We're okay to do that, but that was the problem. So at least we figured it out, right? That's one of the most important things, is at least we figured it out. I decided to utilize the John Deere here. Maybe it wasn't the smartest choice. I don't know. It's struggling a little bit, but the other one is certainly faster. But it is February. There's not tons to do today, so it's not that big of a deal. And I wanted to utilize the new John Deere here. So we are going to have to fill this up quite a few times. This does not hold a whole lot, and as you saw, we were dumping tons and tons of lime on that field. Luckily, we have this nice buy point that I put in here. That's super helpful to us, right? Slightly more expensive than going to the shop and getting it, but from the wear and tear and the gas and everything to get there and back, it's not going to be that big of a difference. Looks like we're going to have to fill up probably at least 4 times here, if not more. Because we are going to run out here before we get to the end of this row. I mean, literally just run out right before we get to the end of the row, though. Well, I'm glad it wasn't anything major. I'm glad it wasn't something that was broken or something that was wrong with the map or whatever, or the mod or something like that, but just happened to be me forgetting that I had it turned down way too low. Alright, let's get the rest of this done. All right, that field is about as good as we're going to be able to get it for the time being. We're going to have to, do a little more when it comes to pH there on a couple of the little spots. But that's okay. We'll take care of that next time. Not a big deal. Did spend a little bit of money doing that, but it's going to be worth it, right? We're going to get a lot more out of those fields. So, did we get anything new from a contract perspective? We did. Another plowing contract, a very large plowing contract, as a matter of fact. We're definitely going to do the deadwood. And I feel like this small plowing we have to do, and then, because that's going to take a few seconds, and it's not that far away. This one would take a little bit of time. 3 acres is what it says. How big is this field? 4.11 acres. So it won't be as bad as doing this field. So it won't take as long, but it's still a pretty large field. And it actually took us longer to do the things we've done so far than I thought it would take. But I think that's probably going to be the best bet for us, is that one. So probably these 2 and the deadwood. Let's start with the deadwood. I'm not going to worry about getting the wood out of there. We tried that. It just was... It's not really worth it. in my eyes, so I'm not gonna focus on it. Okay, so we are facing the correct way. So let's see if we can find them. Here's a couple right here. I see a few more down that way. Most of this deadwood contract will pay for what we did with the lime there, so that's good. Okay, we've got a few more we're missing. Oh, here's one right here. I see one in the far distance over there. I don't know if that's part of the ring that we're in or not. It kind of looks like it is. So we'll head this way. Alright, that is done. So we can turn that in. Quick little $900, we'll take it. Yeah, I guess we're going to do both these plowing contracts, right? 48. 48's not far away, right? I think it's up here. Yeah, it's right up here. So it's not terribly far away. The other one is on the complete opposite end, though, isn't it? Is it down here, I think? 159. Yeah, it's down there. I mean, I feel like if I'm going to do one of them, I might as well do the larger one, right, and get more money out of it. The other one is, it's a small amount, and driving all the way up there and then driving all the way back down here, I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. Let's accept this one. We'll do this one. I guess we have to think about the small one. I mean, I might as well do something, right? We might as well do another contract. We might as well get all 3 contracts done to get the most money we can here. Watch out, man, I'm coming through. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's at least do this one, and then we'll see where we are as far as time goes on the episode. Maybe there'll be another contract that'll pop out that's, you know, maybe a little bit better than that one that's nearby. Maybe there'll be another plowing contract nearby, or maybe a deadwood contract that's around the same amount. Deadwood would absolutely be the best bet there versus doing that one. Probably get a little bit more money, and it's takes seconds, right? Seconds to do a deadwood contract, so... yeah, all right. Well, quite a few time lapses in this episode, but let's get this done too, huh? Okay, that's all done. Let's go ahead and turn this in. So that's a nice another $3,498 into the bank account. Which is good. It gets us up to 74,251. I'll pull over to the side. I'm assuming we're going to have to probably do that tiny little plowing contract if we want to do another contract today, which I'm kind of leaning towards maybe not even doing it since it is such a small amount and it is so far away from this one. But let's see what we got out here. We do have new stuff. We've got another cultivating. Ooh, there's a deadwood for a really good price, and it's right next to us. Let's do it. 9 trees, $1,350. That is easy money, man. Let's do that. Let's do that. That's much better than driving all the way up there for $400, $500, whatever that was. Okay, so let's see. We're kind of right in the middle, so it's going to be... They're going to be all kind of surrounding us here. These deadwoods, I mean, these are the best thing you can get. This is by far the most, the easiest contracts you can do, right? And they're worth, sometimes, like this one, decent amount of money. And it's not going to make, you know, all kinds of money for you. I mean, it's not like you're going to all of a sudden be super rich or anything like that. That's not going to be the case, but certainly is a nice little compliment whenever you have to buy a bunch of seeds, fertilizer, lime in our case today, right? Helps offset that cost a bit. Here's one down here. About halfway through it now. There's one far, far away. I don't know if there's anything else closer, though. I feel like there would be, but maybe not. There's 3 up here. So I think we're just missing 1 after that. Maybe 2. Maybe we're missing 2 still. It might just be 1. I don't know. Alright, so we're missing 1 somewhere. We gotta find where this last one is. Is that one way down there? It looks like there's one maybe way out here. Although maybe it just wasn't rendered properly. I don't know. But it looks like there's one way up here. Yeah, that's one. This might be it then. This is right on the edge of that circle. Alright, there we go. So we'll turn that in. That's a nice, quick, easy bit of money for us. Nice. That gets us up to $75,000 for the day. And I'm happy with that. I think we're going to leave the episode at that point. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. They are free. They help me out an absolute ton. Thanks so much to my members. I cannot thank them enough for all of their continued support. And if you are interested in wanting to know more about becoming a member on the channel, there's a link down below. You do get early access to videos like this one, including a member series that occurs once a month, where we kind of go through different ideas I have, and if we've got, you know, active series that are running and no new one coming up soon, we've got a specific member series we'll end up running. Right now we just started a new one, which is kind of an own the map on Kinleg. Very excited about that, actually. So yeah, check my second channel out down below if you're interested in stuff that's not Farming Simulator. Make sure you join the Discord. There is a link down below. It should be working. If it's not, ping me again. I just think I had somehow on a couple of the older or a couple of the initial ones of this series specifically, I had an incorrect link on there. I had an older link on there which needed to be updated. So I fixed that now. It should all work now, but if for whatever reason it doesn't, let me know. But yeah, join the Discord. You can see anything that I release on either channel. I post it on there. You can also share anything you're working on, progress for video, live streams, pictures, whatever. Just discussions in general. Gives you that opportunity. So join that Discord, and maybe you'll see if there's a few other individuals who may be able to help you with something, or may want to check out something that you are actively working on. I think that's all I got, Dan. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for your continued support. As always, it really does mean a lot to me, more than I can possibly portray. So thanks again for your watching. Thanks again for your support. I'll see you next time.